I'm talking a few 100,000 yards. You just on your 5th grand. Run it up, run it up, run it up, run it up, round it up, count it up. Hey, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Hey, she wanna like me cause her lame, she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him. Hey, hey, we need more, tell him we need more.
Coach, winter is just around the corner as you get a look at New Era Field just south of Buffalo, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Buffalo Bills. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, it didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. A gain there of 21 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
This pass into the arms of Snead, and he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up, good enough for an Arizona first.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spelling them in the offensive backfield.
Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And this one is right down the middle. And the Cardinals have the first points. It's 3-0. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they want, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. first down. It's Taylor. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
He got 2 yards on there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run with Taylor. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. Play fake. Murray. Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. Now the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going to throw right side here, complete. Give him 16 yards there, and it's a Cardinals first down as well. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
Yeah, he did. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They'll run here with Mack. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Marlon Mack, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals push further out in front.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The tackle there by Antwaun Woods. On 2nd and 7, Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Antwaun Woods forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. Murray with a 3rd and long. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Snead's got it. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. 2nd and 5. It's complete to Snead. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Well, if it's tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 2nd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. He can run, fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You know I love football. You know I love the game.
I hope so.
But nighttime in December, you know I'm wearing multiple coats. So I just wonder about the guys on the field with all the great gear that they have. Do they have enough on or do they have too much on? Because sometimes that can affect you trying to carry the ball.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Jonathan Hankins.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. After the sack on 1st down, Murray. Oh, now Murray has it stripped. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way. And they bring this one back. Arizona. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
He'll run it. It gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Antwaun Woods bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Now Murray off play action. And an alley to run. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 28. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Murray now on 1st down. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they are now on the board here in the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Back to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to the 4th down. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2.
Let's go, boys.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is. Right? More than what is there. But this is doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
Let's see if that script is a good one for them. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 3rd down. Here's Murray. He goes full extension, and he's got it. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo 1st down. Throwing on 1st down is Murray.
Oh, I'm throwing every fucking pick in America, my nigga.
It's Devin White, the linebacker, and he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman. That's correct.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
On 2nd and 9, Murray.
Yo, if that nigga would have jumped that bitch, bro, I would have been mad as shit.
Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's Hannah's job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Buying time to his left. He may try and run for this.
Put a lineman on the
Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away, and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Gets it away, and I don't think Peterson will get a chance to touch this one. Angling for the sideline. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time, one-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it, and I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play caller, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you got a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Mack. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. He'll try and run for this with Mack. And it's been like this.
Come on, yo.
Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Wow, evasive.
Make a miss.
Let's go.
Dashing through the snow. All the way home for a Bills touchdown. An impressive 75-yard punt return as his guys are back within a single score.
You got a guy that fast back there to receive punts. That's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. But it's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Please.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
18 on that one, and the Cardinals have a 1st down. One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Marlon Mack. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making it.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. Well, you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Bills on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
To the
team's
crib,
working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. First down, Murray sliding out of the pocket. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Cards going nickel. An extra defensive back out there now on 3rd down. Now again, right side. It's Taylor, and they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and throwing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll set up to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Will Parks. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Taylor, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great play there. His 21st touchdown of the season, and the Bills have taken the lead. This time, the extra point up and good, and they will take a 7-point lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Oh. This nigga weird, son. Oh,
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Second and long. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw.
What the?
He's got the
quick
comebacker complete.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Will Parks. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Taylor, and an alley to run. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. The give to Taylor. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They'll run with Taylor, and they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Murray's going to keep this himself on the RPO. He finds Taylor, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. They always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line.
Yo, that nigga.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
Yo, I'm about to quit. I should have just quit doing a pick.
We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily to look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Now a desperate, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Dante Jackson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Taylor. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there with touchdown number 23 here on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone can stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
This will be taken very short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Oh, fuck. I'm in
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the Bills, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Arizona, things get even higher now as they fall to 2-13. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Oh, what's the cut? Make them get down. Hey, wipe on the gutters on that stick round. Hey, she wanna fuck me cause I'm lit now. Hey, I was just lit because I'm rich now. Hey, cause they don't niggas like that. All these niggas know we rock off through the corner. But I pull out, I'm gripping my shot. You haters is by my heart. True blue flag in your car. Every time we slap them niggas like when we catch them, they dodge us.
That's bad. Niggas be getting back.
She wanna fuck me cause I'm lit now, position plate because I'm rich now, but they know every chance I get. All these niggas know how we rock, all blue corner, I gotta pull like I'm gripping my shot. Keep hitting this, my mama talking about you, blue flag in your car. Every time we slide, them niggas laughing when we catch them, they die.
I didn't even get a touch this game. I was thinking about that shit. That was big. Alright, so now for
Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Beat flow.
come right now, but it was like this good. Let's get it, son.
Why do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of the youth is unemployed.
Rhythm as hard as you can go. Steady.
What the hell?
Turn it up. Rules in the show, but can you rock it like
Mama let me sip the 40. I was just a shorty. Then I started spitting garlic. Then they said record me. I feel like this shit was for me. This shit just my story. Yeah. Turn out the hood. I gotta work and bring it back. I'm on the block with the killers and holding my own, of course. Yeah. I see my mom and dad separate, ain't talking divorce. Said daddy was living by the pot, and he died by the torch.